Everyone thought I was fine, smiling at church, showing up at work, laughing at family cookouts. But on the inside, I was bleeding out. That's the reality for so many veterans. Strong face, hidden scars. And if that's you, I need you to know you're not weak. You're not disqualified. You're just still in the fight. Now, veterans are experts at wearing masks. We were trained to stand tall no matter what. Push through pain. Don't let the enemy see you sweat. That works in combat, but it will eat you alive at home. So we keep smiling. We keep grinding. We keep saying, I'm good. But behind the mask, sleepless nights, triggers out of nowhere, rain fog, memories on repeat, like a movie you can't turn off. I used to believe if I showed the cracks, I'd lose respect. So I stayed silent, but the silence almost destroyed me. In 2007, after we moved from California to Tucson, I thought I was running away. We left ministry, had been a senior pastor, but I was burnt out, hurt, depressed, and carrying anxiety I couldn't explain. I told myself, we're moving to raise the kids in a better place. But deep down, I was running. I fell back on an old skill and took a job at Bombardier, working as an aircraft mechanic. About 3 months in, I was up on a scissor lift, working on the APU. When I finished, I tried to shut the doors, something I had never done before. A mechanic down below said, "Hey, just pull that pin." So I did. But I didn't have a hold of the door, and it swung down and it hit me square in the mouth. Chipped my tooth, knocked me a little silly, but it could have knocked me right off that lift. That moment, it shook me. It triggered something deep, something I had shoved down for years. My supervisor sent me to occupational health. I sat there in front of the nurse and I started crying. No reason I could explain, just tears. They sent me to another clinic and the same thing happened. I broke down again. They put me on 30 days leave, but I had no leave, no pay. For 30 days, I cried, I slept, I isolated, I hid, I couldn't function. 30 days turned into 60, then longer. The anxiety was so great, I couldn't go back. I had Tracy go pick up my toolbox from Bombardier. Later, she told me, "Don't ever make me do that again." It felt like you had died, and I had to go collect your things. That hit me, because in a way, I had died inside. Tracy finally made me go to the VA. We sat in a social worker's office, and you got it, I cried, while she explained what was happening to me. I started therapy. More tears. But finally, for the first time, I started naming the war I had been carrying since Desert Storm. They walked me through CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. They made me write out what I saw and what I experienced in combat. Things I had never told anyone. And that's when the healing began. Not perfectly, not instantly, but finally, the crack of light broke through the mask. So why do we hide? Because we don't want pity? We don't want to be seen as broken? Because we're scared people will treat us differently? But here's the truth. What you hide will eventually own you. I know veterans who drank their silence away, others who pushed their families out, some who didn't make it out alive. Hidden scars don't heal in the dark. They only heal when they're exposed to light. So here's what I've learned through therapy, through tears, through God's grace. Scars don't disqualify you. They prove we survived. Every scar means you made it through something that could have taken you out. And God doesn't run from scars. Jesus showed his scars to prove he had overcome. So if he isn't ashamed of his scars, why should we be? Brother, your scars are not weakness. They are testimony. Look, I can't promise the nightmares will vanish. I can't promise the anxiety will disappear. But I can promise this. You don't have to carry it alone. When you open up about your scars, other men will start to take off their masks too. And suddenly, you're not fighting in silence anymore. You're fighting together. That's brotherhood. That's what heals. Veterans, I want you to answer this in the comments. What's one thing you wish civilians understood about veterans? Because your honesty might be the lifeline another brother needs today. Now, if you're carrying hidden scars, you don't have to carry them alone. That's why this channel exists. That's why we're building the outpost. Because scars aren't weaknesses. They're survival. They're proof that you're still here. So, subscribe. Share this with a brother. And most of all, drop your story below. Because you're not weak. You're not disqualified.